What is up, guys? We are the Wingmen, and this is the Wingmen Podcast. First off, start us off with socials. Instagram, Wingmen Podcast on Instagram, and TikTok is the Wingmen Podcast. Make sure to follow us on socials, and the YouTube is the Wingmen Podcast. We have a guest today. This is our first guest. This is Romeo. He is the owner of Tony's Pizza and Restaurante in Farmingdale, New Jersey. We've tried his wings before. We rated them highly. He is the man. This is actually our employer as well. Tyler and I delivery drive.
It's our boss.
And he is the man. Romeo, do you just want to introduce yourself a little bit and say a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, Romeo, we owned Tony's Pizza for a few years. Make the best wings, best pizza, great dinners, nice crew, come and see us every day, and we'll love to. And I have the best employees over here, reliable, hard workers, love
we're great
guys.
drivers.
That's what we like to hear.
We love it.
Yeah, so Romeo, we're going to get right into it. We got a bunch of questions for you. Tyler, you want to read off the first question?
Yes, this was actually my personal question that I've had. Why did you decide to invest in Tony's? Did you see potential with it?
It was big potential.
Good
potential. First of all, I was working in this place for a long time, so I kind of knew this place,
Mm-hmm.
like a little baby.
In the kitchen or making pies?
Making pizzas from, always. So see customers. So customer, when I bought the place, they wouldn't even know, it was mine. So that was good. Good investor.
So how long were you here before you actually invested?
19 years.
And did you level up? Did you start as like a busser or a driver?
No, actually, when I came here, I was pizza guy. Making pizzas.
So you made them. So you started in the back.
No, making pizzas.
Oh, just making pizzas.
Making pizzas. So I know the kitchen very well because actually I was doing the kitchen for a long time, and I came to the front making pizzas. Then I left the pizza for a little bit, and I kind of managed the place.
Okay.
And see more what's going on. So that's why it brings me okay, I wasn't thinking I was gonna buy this place, but I got the chance. Why not? And it's potential, so it was a good investor.
It was a good investment.
Yeah.
Overall. Okay.
So as you were building money, right? You came to the country. You're from originally Guatemala, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So you come to the country. You're building finances. What was the financial change from Guatemala to here? How much money in
that's good, yeah.
Yeah, in U.S. dollars did you have when you came here?
Well, you know what? When you come here, you come to work. You bring money. You never bring money enough to buy a place. But if you're growing up, learn about American. It's the best country, freedom country. They give you good opportunities, but you have to follow rules. You have to dedicate yourself, hard work. Be honest. Anywhere you go, it takes you really far. That's the best thing. I never brought money from Guatemala to buy a place, but because you work every day, you build your money.
Mm-hmm.
So as you were a father, right? When you became a father, your daughter Maria, how old is she now?
The oldest one, she's 19. The youngest is 2.
So
wow.
Yeah, you have 4 children, all girls.
Mm-hmm.
God bless you. So
God bless him.
You becoming a father, right? Pretty much right when you came here. So how did you work financially supporting a family and also saving to eventually buy out the place you were working at?
You gotta have a set mind. You gotta have a set mind. First of all, you gotta teach your kids how to save money. Drive your wife the right way. She helps you save money too. When the husband and wife together and work, they build such a power, very good power. Money-wise, she's a mom, I'm a father. We never see each other, but you see once in a while when she works,
That's my next question.
So the best thing to do is I created this kind of adventure that I did in myself, So learn one thing. You got to spend less than what you make. My goal was save. I told my employees, save 51% what you make, but I was doing actually 70. Be honest with you. I was saving 70%.
So how much were you making at the time? What was your hourly?
When I started working, believe it or not, I started, my paycheck was like $600.
A week or bi-weekly?
It was a week, $600. So I told my wife, listen.
So barely livable.
It was little. I say, if we save at least $250 out of these, You know, one day, you know,
You
just
told your
think
wife
about
this?
him. I did.
Wow.
Yeah.
You really came through with that.
Well, you know, you gotta have a set mind. You gotta look forward. You can't just look around you. You gotta look what's other side. You know, like if you see a bridge, you want to know what's over there.
That's true.
You know, if you cross that bridge and you look on over there, you know it's different the way it was. Brings you far.
So, who inspired you to do all this? How did you gain this mindset? What did you want? Or was there a point in life where you were like, you know what, I want more, and inspired you to move further?
I have a lot of people around me, you know, that I know. Um, Cousins, you know, my father too, hardworking. So I learned something. When you work, you get where you want to be. You know. Let's see. I was like in the beginning, you never know you're gonna buy a place, like a pizza or any kind of business. But as you're going, as you're growing, you build your family. You know. Then you be like, okay, so what's for future? You know. Either you work hard the rest of your life for somebody, you know, and get a nice car. You know, take vacation every year. You know, work 5 days a week, which is a good life. But if you sacrifice those 2 days, you don't go to vacation, and you save that, you can buy a place. So you drive a decent car, takes you to work every day. Serious, you know, and it happens. This is a true story. That's what I did. You know, I was driving a $18 Honda. I mean, it was like $1,800 car
The
for
Hondas, they're
like,
reliable. I got my one.
and I still have that. What was that, like 300,000
That's
miles
the
on
red
it?
Honda out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Hondas are like
I've
they
been
don't die.
fixing and put money on that thing like left and right, just try to keep them alive.
I
You
know.
know, so it's good. You know, that's what it brings you. Like, you know, okay, so now it's time to buy a place. The chance, you know, comes and you take them. Best thing to do is don't ever be like, man, what could have happened, you know, if I would buy the place.
That's what I was gonna ask. Yeah.
The best thing to do is like, man, I screw myself up. I will never make that mistake and buy a place. That's the way you learn, you know. But don't say, man, if I would have bought this place, you know, I would have this. You never know if you don't do it. You never know something if you never into. You know, it's like a date and a girl. Same thing.
Oh,
If you marry a girl, you know a lot of things can happen. But
that's
if
true.
you say I shouldn't marry her, you know, look her life, you never know what that's gonna happen.
That's true.
Yeah.
So would you do it all again to get where you are now? Would you invest in Tony's again if you could go back 25 years
in a heartbeat.
in a heartbeat?
Yeah.
You stuck with your decision. And I'm sure there's hard days like where you're just like,
Oh,
oh,
nothing is
crap.
easy. Believe it or not, you see this place or any place, you go to any other business, you see it from outside, looks nice, beautiful, all control,
Yeah.
you know, for all the people, but it's really hard to know what's behind them, who brings that in the front, you know. So for example, you know, I have you guys. I trust you guys. You guys are good work. I mean, you guys showed up every day. I love that. Not everyone has the same luck.
Yeah.
Not everyone.
Yeah. We try our best here.
Yeah.
We do.
That's a
You
lot
know,
of
but-
insight, though.
Yeah.
You
That's
have a lot of experience. It sounds a lot better coming from you, but you've done it all. You know, you had to. Deal
Well,
with
I
the
don't
pain.
make any things up. This is my life. You know, that's how it's been. You know.
and how's work? You work. Every member of your family that is able to works here. First, some more than others. But how does that impact you? Do you care? Do you like working with them? Do you not like working
I
with
do
them?
because I like to teach them, you know, how life is, how important it is, you know, to be reliable on your own job or whatever you do. Not be like, oh, my dad's coming home, you know, it's a paycheck, so maybe I get some of that.
Is it hard to be a boss and a dad at the same time, like at work? Like if, let's say, one of your daughters messes up something?
Good question.
That's a good,
Good
right?
question. I don't know if I'm going to answer you, but the best answer is when my kids come to work, or my wife, I treat them like I treat you guys.
So it's more
Nobody,
professional.
nobody gets better treated than anybody when you have to do the right job. My
Okay.
kids, my daughter, my wife, you know, it's a table coming, right? I said, listen, go take care of that people over there. Same way I send you, same way I send everybody. There's no special care. I care about the business, the place, you know. Of course, I cares about you guys, but in a good way, you know. So you see my kids to come to work. You see my wife. You guys come to work.
Yeah.
I send them on delivery just the way I send you.
Yeah, you do.
You know,
It's true.
She doesn't want to go far away. I send them far away.
I know.
That food has to get there.
Yeah.
So it's good. And I hope you guys learn something too. Maybe
Yeah.
I work for you guys one day.
that'd be cool.
And something I noted last week, I actually told it to you. As an entrepreneur, now we're both entrepreneurs now, starting our recent business. But even before, something I struggle with is my time management, and you're immaculate with that. You have everything down to a pat. But I feel like people are wasting my time sometimes, and it's almost an ego I have. When I'm listening to someone, I'm like, all right, this is wasting my time. I've been here for 2.5 years now. I've never seen you act like that once in my entire life, no matter if it's someone lives on the streets, or if it's a 7-figure business owner.
Mm-hmm.
You treat everyone the same and you always listen. Do you think that's had a larger or smaller impact on your professional life in Tony's?
It's a large impact because it's really hard to divide them, who is your favor, either customer or another employee, So the best thing you do is, this guy is giving you an advice, like it's really bad advice. Like you say, if I go this way, I'm going to go down, or it's going to go the wrong way. You take some of that bad advice. But someone comes, around with the good advice. Listen, you know what? I got this table. I just got this table for $10. I give you for $5. You look at the table, right? Nice tablecloth, nice. You see, like you lift this thing, it's all broken. Why should I buy this? You'd be like, you know what? Thanks, buddy, but I have plenty of tables. So I don't want it. This is sample that I'm giving you, right? So you don't go for a beautiful, nice tablecloth. You got to go what's under.
That's actually kind of deep.
No, serious.
That can be applied in many different aspects of your life.
No, serious, because you learn that as you're going.
Sometimes the tablecloth is tempting though.
Yeah, it is.
The tablecloth is very tempting.
It is, but you can't go 100% sometimes. I used to go 100% in the beginning. So not that I got screwed, but I learned. So you don't go twice. So I learned something for this bad guy, right? He gave me like a bad advice. I should go for it? No. This guy comes with a nice table, offer me, I just got this table, $10. Give me $5, I give it to you. All right, you take the tablecloth and you look under, man. That thing is broken, rustic. What you need that for? It's gonna ruin everything you have inside. So you say, you know what, thanks, but you don't go aggressive like, oh man, take that, crap out of here. I don't need that. You don't go that. So you learn that. And this guy would be like, man, I just offered a nice table, why he didn't take him? But that's how it is. It's really hard to
analogy.
No, seriously, it's really hard to be aggressor when someone doesn't know, because you're not gonna make them learn in one way. You gotta go easy. Like the way I teach you guys. If I send you on delivery, you don't know that road. You got no phone, nothing. But if I write it down, listen, make a right, make a left, make a right. This is the color of the house. You get there.
Mm-hmm.
But if I send you blind, you're never gonna get there. Even if like your whole town for so many years, there's a new street you don't know.
I know. There's a new street every day, pretty much when I work.
Yeah. Someone, has to be driving you, just like you learn how to walk in the beginning. Mommy and dad was holding your hands, makes you learn how to walk, and then it teach you, okay, you got to eat this is bad, this is good. That's how it is. The same thing like a business or anything you do.
Wow.
So I have one more question. I'll let Tyler get to his as well, because I know he has a bunch. But
I have one or two.
You're surrounded by a lot of younger people. I mean, you're not very old yourself, but you're surrounded by teenagers most of the time.
That's true. Your employees
you
are
work
all
with
kids.
people in the kitchen as well, but your drivers, your counter people, your waitresses, mostly teenagers, and you have daughters as well. How do you feel working with teens impacted your life? Do you think it has had significant impact on things you think, and especially becoming a father? I've heard a lot of people say, especially as a man, you're very stuck in your ways as you age, but sometimes kids have a different perspective, and it actually brings you into the light of a different perspective. So
they do.
That's a good question.
Surrounded by kids.
It's been hard because you don't teach your kids what you know. In the world we live right now, you actually get attached to their situations, but you kind of learn their way, like new systems, phones and this and that. It's really hard to get away from phones right now, because eventually phone is your key to work, anything you do. So basically, I'm trying to get attached to a new generation, systems and all that, But in the meanwhile, they got to learn from you too. Like you got to go and teach them, listen, I know you guys young. I've been doing this. You're not going to tell them, what was your story. first of all, you'll be like, I know you guys young, but you need to learn to do it this way.
Mhm.
You know, I'm not like really saying you have to, because if you don't want it, I can tell you a million times and you're not going to get it done. You know, because you got a different set mind. You know, so it's kind of hard. But listen, you know, overall, it's been doing good because I hope they learn something from me too.
And we definitely
You know?
do. This man
You
is
know?
the man for advice.
Oh yeah.
Whether it's girls,
It's
life,
anything.
family.
I come to him sometimes. I mean, when I'm depressed at
Well,
work
the
in the
best
morning.
thing I give you guys in advice is because I hate to see somebody suffer and go like straight to the hole and you can't get out no more.
Hmm.
You know. And I give you, if there's anybody watching, you know, what we're doing right now, what they're gonna watch in the future, who knows what happened. The best thing to do is be careful every time you do a big move. If you don't see no potential, if you don't see the right people, you know, someone is gonna scam on you, and you're just gonna invest, you know, hundreds of $1,000s, and all of a sudden, you know, nothing is gonna work, you know, unless you know you got something from scratch, and you be like, okay, so you build it your way. Then it's up to you, you know.
Wow.
That's the best thing to do. So I don't know about you guys. You guys young. You guys learning. You know, you got your mind like flying. You know, and
Yeah, we
the
got.
best thing to do when I was your age, you know, is looking for like, okay, so one day I'm gonna be rich. You know.
That's what we're
But
doing right now.
but let me do
He's always
something.
telling me that we're gonna
Yeah,
have money. We're
I
gonna have
know.
money.
Listen,
Yeah,
if you
manifest.
have that set mind, you're gonna have money. You're gonna have money. But you know how much work you're gonna do.
Oh, I
How
know.
much control you're gonna
We're
have.
starting.
We're finding out.
Yeah.
We're
Every
finding
day.
out already.
It's not easy.
It's
We're
good.
starting. It's slow, but we're starting.
It's good. I have a lot of young kids, you know, around. They ask them a lot of questions. I give you an advice.
Yeah, you do.
Not that I'm saying, you know, you're gonna take that 100%, but sometimes, you know, I give the good ones. It could be a bad ones too, you know. But like someone comes to me and told me an advice, you know, they're never gonna be like, oh, like, screw you, you know, I'm not gonna take them. You never
That's
say
true.
that, you know.
Advice is always
You just
warranted.
take the good ones, but you gotta learn to. That's how it goes. Yeah. How's those wings, by the way?
I'm glad you asked.
Yeah, we should rate it. I would say the buffalo. I didn't like the buffalo as much as the barbecue.
I'm gonna take
Actually,
another bite of the barbecue.
Really?
With the buffalo.
was it the buffalo?
You ever heard about this place, Cipriani's though? Do you have wings from there?
We did.
We did. We rated
Yeah?
them already.
We rated.
Yeah.
Those were the highest rating we actually had. Yeah.
Yes, those
Yeah.
were the best we've had.
Not for nothing, but you know, I'm part of that place too. But the wings are really my favorite.
They're really good.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
actually, you know what? The guy who works in the front too, you know, he's really decent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Check out Cipriani. What is it? Neptune?
Yeah.
In Neptune.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Yeah.
It's like Tony's V2.
Kinda, yeah, but it's built by Ryan, so you know.
That's true.
Yeah.
So that was another one of your investments. Now, I asked you as you were growing as a father and still having kids at the time, your youngest daughter, she was born after you invested in this place, correct?
Yes.
So now you invested after her. You invested before in this place, and now after into a new restaurant. Again, you're a father. You're supporting 4 kids, and some other family too from time to time. So how does that mindset come to? Okay, I'm going to disperse my money into a new investment because you don't run the other place, but you're a big money investor in it, and you have some equity. So how do you know? You know, you have your kids' college coming up, potentially weddings.
One's already in
stuff
college.
Like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. You have a lot your way. How did you know? Like, okay, now is the right time to invest.
It's interesting because sometimes, you know, when you got the abilities, you don't think. The only thing you got to drive around, you know, and look for like a nice position where the plays are, the potential is around, and you just do your best because, believe it or not, if you bring the quality that you've been working for so long, any place, not for nothing, but there is a couple places that I know not from around here, they buy the same quality I do. But if I bring this to another location, like I just did to Cipriani's in Neptune, I know that place is gonna get on it. The place who was over there, Del Beros, you know, they did a really bad having on that. So people still got that little fear. But little by little, you know, those people they encourage the Cipriani's. And every time new people coming in, those people they have friends. And friends they have friends. And that's how it goes around. You know? And when they see him, you know, the place is like decent, clean, you know, good stuff, good quality, good service. Listen, even myself, you know, I go there a lot. You know,
Just to eat.
just to eat. Sometimes, you
It's
know,
good.
they're like, listen, you know what? I called one of the guys, so I order online. I said, "Listen, give me a steak, because the steaks are really good.
They have steaks there.
Yeah, pork
Wow.
chops, really good.
We don't have steak here.
Well, eventually it's gonna do it. So
Someone asked for that today.
yeah.
I was taking order. Someone's like, "You guys have steak," and I'm like, "No, we don't
Well,
have steak."
Tony's, is well known by the pizza.
Yeah, pizza.
Good dinners.
A lot of exotic slices I hear that you can't find anywhere else.
Yeah, never seen that selection anywhere else
Yeah,
ever.
well, not for nothing, but nobody has around here. Not because they can do it. It's just
slices that you haven't heard,
yeah.
like Chick-fil-A
Well,
slice.
we
That's
create
cool.
pizza every day, so that's the best
really
thing,
cool. We have time for like 1 or 2 more questions. We have like 4 minutes.
Yeah. So I had two really important ones.
Go for it.
Saying no to temptation. There's a lot of temptation in the business world, such as dirty business. You're working. You're here like 14 hours a day on average, right?
Every day of the week.
Every day of the week, around 14 hours. A lot of people come in. A lot of people know you're successful, so that, there's women that come in. I'm sure they have some interest in you. I'm sure that actually I've
like the one today that was
seen
playing with her hair.
Yeah, seen that.
I saw that.
So how do you say no to temptation and stay a true man?
Good question. Believe it or not, my goal is if anybody comes, I never say no. But that's one thing you learn. Serious. If you keep your business, your marriage, your family, it's really hard to divide those kind of situations because you don't know who is looking after you. You don't know who is actually looking for you, particular, or what you have. But let me tell you something. I love my family, and any situations in that way, you just try and avoid it as much as you can. You slap your face, left and right. Just say no to those things. Which is really hard to do it. Because
I can understand that.
Not for nothing. Because I love women's. Believe it or not. Because you work for one thing. To impress a woman. To look nice, hardworking. And then this woman looks at you, right? For example, not that much experience on it, but couple, and the first thing you do is like you don't know what they're thinking. Either they go with the stuff you do, personality, or what you have.
That's true. That's so true.
Serious.
Unfortunately, sometimes it's what you have a lot, but
most of them, yeah. But there is people up there like they don't look for stuff. Be like, oh, you know what, that guy's worked really hard. He needs to.
I just think that's everyone, not necessarily
he needs,
women.
Like somebody, to take care. All that. So you never know. But to figure it out, you got to get yourself in trouble, and you can't get out no more.
Wow.
It's a lot of pressure.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a lot of pressure.
You read
I'm not saying 100% you can't do it.
Yeah.
But I'm saying like you gotta try to avoid as much as you can. Yeah.
So you don't have to answer this last question, Tyler. If you want to read that last one.
When will you have $1 million liquidated?
Damn.
You don't have to answer it if you don't want
Yeah,
to. If you're not there already, when do you?
Well, this is not the question for you guys because this is I'm really open. What I was saying to you guys because I actually passed for it.
Yeah.
And when you get to that, you reach like okay, so you're not a millionaire, but you're saving yourself. Because eventually, if you ask anybody, nobody's gonna tell you, listen, I have $100, or I have 100,000, or I have millions.
That's true.
So when you see me, like
when I see you're extra happy, I guess.
Well, I'm always happy.
That's true. You always. He's always in a good mood when he's here.
Yeah. So we're gonna leave that question for future. So Yeah.
Well,
but I'm around. So
the next episode when we're on a yacht, and then
probably
when you're back.
Probably
And then the one that hits home to us, we try every guest. We kind of want to ask this.
This is the last question. Yeah, we ask everyone.
We've
both been heartbroken.
Really?
Oh yeah, both of us,
we're
big
pretty
time.
Young, so
yeah,
we've experienced a lot. Walk us through your first heartbreak.
Man, that was hard.
Man, that was hard.
Serious.
I would assume so.
Man, that was hard.
That was serious. You can't forget. First of all,
Do you ever forget them? Do you remember yours like it was yesterday?
You don't forget. You don't seem like yesterday.
Yeah.
You don't remember like yesterday, but you don't forget. Sometimes you turn around and be like, shit, I missed that woman.
Oh no! I really hope I'm not like that.
Shit.
It is. Unfortunately, that's a life. You know,
Wow.
and I think for women it's the same thing too because, they're never gonna tell you straight I miss you or I could have
Never.
I'd
Never.
same story like I was saying to you, right? I shouldn't marry that girl, but you can't say because you never done anything to her, you know. So you
Wow.
just leave, we're heartbroken and that's it. And then someone else comes and starts sewing a little by little, into seal the heart again. Yeah, that's it. But you don't forget.
That's advice from a wise man.
That was the greatest. All right,
Yeah.
that
So
was
that's all the
good.
time we have.
Yeah.
We really appreciate your time. It's
Hey,
late
no
time.
problem.
It's 11 o'clock. It's an hour
He
past
stayed
12.
after his 14-hour shift just to film this
So
with
this
us.
is the 15th
yeah.
hour.
Oh, what's the best glass of water I ever have?
But I know it is good water. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's hitting different
It's
right
from
now.
Tony's though. Come on.
Everything's
That's
good.
what-
But
you
yeah,
have to rate
Tony,
the wings,
78 Main
too.
Street, Farmingdale. Come down. Definitely.
Where are
Give
these
it
wings
give
from
it a
again?
try.
What's
What?
the place
Where's
for
these
wings?
Oh, these are from Manja in Jackson, and actually, I talked to them tonight. They even know about how good this place is, and they're like kind of a competitor. They even said like, "Oh wow, Tony's is really good, best in the area." But I would have to agree with that. I am biased, but I would agree.
So what would you rate the buffalo?
I'm gonna give them a 7.
The buffalo, I'm gonna give a 5. It was just okay.
I didn't like the barbecue at all.
I like the barbecue more. The barbecue, I'm gonna
I
give
give
it
him a 4.
6. I'm gonna give it a 5 and a 6. So I got a 5.5 overall.
Yeah, I give it like a 5.5, 6 overall. It was okay. We've had better.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Yeah.
That's good. Now
even
questions for you
Woody's was
guys.
better too.
Yeah?
Yeah, Woody's is pretty good.
Good. Did you guys ever try to do something else besides the wings, or you guys gonna go with wings in the future?
Well, we're the wingmen, so I think it's just the wing. We might throw something else in there.
Okay.
I heard of
think, just
an
the
idea
wings.
that you told him earlier. It was pretty smart about how comparing different places.
Yeah.
Well, that's what my
the
goal
combo.
was. Like
That's pretty
gotta do
cool.
that.
like
Because
one-
then we could
one
use
time,
Tony's again.
Not because I own 2 places or whatever, because I know I got the best wings, around here. But we should go. We should go
It is
get
true.
wings.
It's
We
true.
should go get wings. A couple places. And then be like, okay, so it comes from Manja, comes from
Tony's.
Red Moon.
Red
Any
Moon.
places. So we'll try to get the places
Yeah,
around
that
here.
that we should that we're definitely
So
gonna do.
we get like 10 places, and then we'll do numbers. See how it goes. Who
I
has
like
the
that
best
idea.
wings.
That'll be an entire episode itself.
For sure.
Like
Yeah,
no
that's a
no
good special. Like
that is a good special, and we're the wingmen.
You know?
Yeah. you
Make
guys
sure to
do
follow
it,
us on
man.
socials, the Wingmen. The
Yeah.
Wingmen podcast on TikTok.
We're trying to get
Wingmen
this.
podcast
We're
on
trying to get this
Instagram.
going. This is like our first, in my opinion, really good episode.
I would
So,
agree.
yeah.
I would agree. Well, again, we appreciate your time. Make sure to visit
Yeah.
Tony's Pizzeria and Restaurante in
Yeah,
Farmingdale.
and Cipriani's in Neptune if you have
There
the
you go.
chance.
Yeah.
All right.
You guys
All
check
right.
it out. Good stuff.